Fuck off. What a gronk.
Oh!
Alright, we're ready. Let's see if this works.
Are you
Hello?
sure we're ready with that?
I'm just trying to see if I can get your output. Talk to me.
Yo!
Alright, yeah,
Big-
all good. Eat swa, got it. All working. Alright, yeah, you can do the intro.
What's good, everybody? Big Striker Promotions and Kraayziie Entertainment. Doing a podcast on Awful Things Melbourne Edition
And I'm gonna be
and
reviewing
Underworld in Sydney.
Sydney, the first ever Underworld. Shout out to Steely for hosting it. Fucking sick cunt.
Fucking earth. So basically I went to Awful Things last night. There was a couple of little problems out of the gate. According to the ticketing information, it was meant to the doors meant to open at 9 o'clock, and Jai was meant to go on at 9:30. Jai Simpson. Unfortunately, we stood out in the rain until about 10 o'clock when they eventually opened the doors and let us in.
Yeah.
Which meant that Jai didn't get to perform as much as what he'd originally hoped, but he still got up there and absolutely freaking slayed it, man. One of the things I like about the way that Jai performs is like he really works the crowd, man. Fucking he gets everybody in the crowd like real hyped up, which was mad.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him live. It's dope.
So he came out, did a couple of favorites. He did ISIS remix, yes. And I suck with names, but he did a couple of his other favorites as well. I've got a bunch of footage that I'm going to upload later. I got most of Jai's set.
Did he do
filmed.
Sorry?
I don't think he did.
Keep on going.
But yeah, Jai came out and performed his set, and after Jai came Zed or Z Lewis. Up to you, however you decide to say it. And
did he do It's Life?
Yeah. And he absolutely fucking slayed, man. Fucking, he got up there and like, one of the best things, man, is he got up there and he did his set and he fucking stayed and he hyped up everyone else, and Jai jumped up there and hyped up his set as well, which was fucking awesome. It was good to see like all the artists supporting each other, and like they all stayed for each other's set and then hung out and like talked with each other and stuff afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I also bumped into a couple of other artists at the event that weren't performing on the night. I met Nagel from 313 and Webby and
Hot Emo Boy. Which I don't know how to pronounce his artist name. Elpidane or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like they told me last night, but as I was saying to you earlier, SB, it was a bit hard to hear. But and the other thing I forgot to mention as well is Jai turned up with Chevy Levette, so that was pretty cool too. I got to meet him, which was awesome. And then
you met Bonnie.
Yeah, I met Bonnie from Hood TV.
Yes.
That was cool. We've been talking for a while online, and it was good to finally meet her and link up. She's a real cool chick. I met up with, but I didn't get the actual name for, but I met up with the guy from Merked Out Media as well that's been doing, done Jai's latest clips and Chevy's latest clip. And I'm pretty sure he's working with Mitchos at the moment as well.
With Saru, yeah?
Yeah, and Saru. What else happened? I don't know. It was just a really good night, man. Like I always get hyped up to do these podcasts, and then we go live, and I just freeze up, man. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain like everything that went on. It was sick. Oh, fucking Striker thought it'd be a good idea to go fucking with Zoots. And within 5 minutes of being there, I almost got kicked out, which was interesting. Turns out Zoots aren't allowed in the smoking area.
For fuck's sake, Striker.
But anyway, the security are actually pretty cool about it. It just came up to me and made me fucking get rid of it and that, and pretty much checked up on me every 10 minutes for the rest of the night,
Yeah,
which is
no
fair
shit.
enough, I guess.
Of course they're gonna do that.
Yeah, it was mainly like, I don't know, my favorite bits were after the show, getting to sit down with everybody and just get to know them. I pretty much had, without a video camera, an interview with Zed Lewis.
Yeah.
And his thoughts on the scene and stuff are really interesting. I'm definitely going to try and link up with him in the future. I reckon SB and try and get an interview done, I reckon.
Fucking oath.
But yeah, he's got a really good insight, and he was telling me about how he's originally from London, and we got talking about grime and the drill scene and stuff, and what's going on in Australia and everything.
Yeah.
Which was cool, and yeah, Nagel jumped in on that conversation a lot too, and he had
He's an artist in the industry, like both of them are.
he had a very big insight into it as well. It was interesting as well to see two very different people and how well they get along as well.
Like how they can relate within the same stuff.
And Zed Lewis, yeah, like well, their music's so different, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Zed Lewis
They seem like pretty good friends. But yeah,
It sounded like he killed it last night.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, man. Like, as I was saying before, I'm not good at putting it into words, but literally everybody that jumped up on the stage, I haven't even gotten to Nerve yet. Nerve jumped up at the end. He was the main act. And yeah, fucking, he shut it down.
Did he really?
Yeah, no, fucking, he did all right, man. Like, at first, I don't know. At first, the reception was a bit weird. Like, the crowd didn't seem to take to him as much as the support acts at first. But once he got into like a couple of his more well-known songs and like the No One Anthem and stuff like that, man, fucking the whole crowd started fucking, yeah, going crazy, which was good.
Yeah. Did he perform A-Bomb?
Yeah. Yeah, fucking, that was one of the things that fucking got the whole crowd jumping.
You should have started with that.
I got some good footage of that actually.
A-Bomb, drop.
But yeah, so it was good. Freaking yeah, spoke to Merked Out Media about linking up in the future. Again, very similar conversations with Hoods TV and stuff. So it was good to just get out there and get my name out there and Kraayziie Ent's name out there and fucking talk to everybody and see what everyone's up to. Like
that's the only reason, if I'm being honest, that's the only reason I go to gigs. Like, besides just to see my favorite artists live, it's like just to meet them and show them that like we actually care about your way. Not like all these other promotional pages that don't even go to gigs, but yet they only go to the big artist gigs.
Well, yeah, 100%, man. But again, like we've spoken about before, they'll fall off in due time. Like, there was a lot of people that spoke to me last night about what we're doing and how they appreciate it compared to a lot of the big big following companies.
Yeah.
That do similar stuff to what we do, and I don't know, man. There's a lot more to it, and it was good to hear a bit of feedback last night that the artists do understand that what we go through isn't the same as them, but it's similar.
Yeah.
Like we've still got to try and build a following ourselves, etc., etc. I've been over it all before. Like, yeah, it's just very, very similar.
The main thing is we don't really try to build off their fan base. Like, we try to build off everyone's fan base.
I wouldn't say that we necessarily try to, but as one of the conversations I had with Nagel last night was like, that is where I believe a lot of our fan base comes from. With each artist that we share or promote or react to or whatever, a certain percentage of their fan base then starts following us as well.
Yeah, I get you.
But it's all about putting in the work, man, and like, yeah, going back to what you were saying before about the other pages and stuff, and not going to the gigs, and like, yeah,
I honestly think it's that. When we
the real
started
ones
to
will
go
work
to
it out.
gigs, that's where everything started to change.
100%. I was actually just saying to my missus earlier that every single time I come back from a gig, like my followers go up, but they stay up. You know how I've told you before, man, that like
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
do my general posts and stuff, I'll get a lot of followers, but then they'll leave again that night.
yeah,
When I go to the gigs and stuff, man, I'll get, I don't know, it's not a lot, but like an extra 5 or 10 followers, but like real followers of people that I've actually met.
yeah. Well, for me, it's more. That's more Facebook, eh? I don't know why. I get people when I go to gigs. I get people from Facebook every day.
I absolutely hate Facebook, if I'm completely
So do
honest.
I.
I've got a Facebook, but like, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like an old man when it comes to Facebook. I honestly don't know how to use this shit anymore. I jumped on there the other day and yeah, no, Instagram for life, yo.
Which is owned by Facebook.
I know. It's fucking, yeah, that cunt's gonna buy the whole world one day, man. That fucking Zuckerfuck.
It's like a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, you watch the whole podcast will get shut down in a minute. He probably owns this company too.
Yeah, it is. Oh no, I don't think he owns Google.
Nah, nah, he
Um,
doesn't actually.
fuck. What was I
Not
gonna
yet.
say? Are you gonna tell him about what happened with you and Nerve?
Oh, he picked me out of the crowd at the start, which was pretty cool.
Mm. How was
Was that
that?
what you're talking about? Yeah, that was really, really cool. Fucking, I was waiting in line and Nerve turned up with Smack and Kyle Golly and a couple of other people who, again, names, of course, I can't remember. But yeah, as soon as they got there, he spotted me in the line, which was pretty cool, and came up and shook my hand and introduced himself.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, no, it was good, man. It was good. Like, it was pretty. Yeah, I don't know. It
Is
was
that
good
the?
hearing everybody speak like fans and stuff, like flat out fans, worse than me and you, in the crowd and in the line waiting to get in,
Yeah.
and then have Nerve come up to you, who was the headliner, and shake your hand, and then go about his business was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I get you.
Would have been even better if he freaking took me out of the line and took me into the venue. That would have been cool.
You're just
May- may-
reaching now.
Maybe next time, Nev.
Calling Nerve out, eh? Um, what was I gonna ask? Did you see Jay at all? Cruz, sorry.
I honestly don't know what they look like, man. But from what you were telling me, they were the ones that put on like the Awful Things show. Yeah,
Yes, they are.
was Junior and Cruz.
Yes. Shout out to
Yeah.
Cruz. I'm gonna be seeing him
Shout out to
next
both
week.
of them. I'm sorry that I didn't make a point to come and actually see you guys, and thank you for putting on an awesome event.
I'm seeing Cruz next week for the Awful Things in Sydney.
Well, maybe you can thank him for me.
I'll tell him that. What's the headline in Awful Things in Sydney? That's Lovesick, Nimbus, Cone Piece, and Nerve, which is gonna be interesting.
Also, for myself and anybody else listening, SB, do you know where to find Cone Piece's music? I tried to have a bit of a look on
No,
SoundCloud earlier, but I might have been spelling it wrong or something.
I
I couldn't
can't
find it.
find him at all.
Right, cool. He might not have anything out yet. I don't know.
I think he doesn't have social media or anything
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Because I was talking to someone and someone says he's a veteran. I think it was
Oh,
Lucky.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, Cone Piece is gonna perform. He's like, what Cone Piece? And I'm like, maybe it's a different Cone Piece. I have no idea. But I don't know. I think I know him.
Yeah, well, as I said, I tried to look him up earlier, man, because I was gonna do what we normally do before either one of us go to a gig and like check out the artist and see, because I haven't heard anything by him yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and see if we can find someone that can hit him up for us and let people know if he's got any music anywhere.
Yeah, it's interesting. What else can I say? So how
Oh,
was?
just on a bit of a side note, not necessarily about the gig,
Hmm,
but old Striker's just going to have a bit of a bitch session for a minute.
oh, the hotel.
Yeah, 100% the hotel. So if anybody's ever trying to stay in Melbourne on the cheap, don't stay at Elizabeth Hostel. Um,
Yeah.
I checked out this place. It was like the last room left in the city. Fucking, I left it a bit last minute and booked this room for $110 for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And on booking.com, the pictures looked absolutely freaking gorgeous. Everything looked clean and tidy, and it was like a nice room, nice window, and that.
Yep.
So I turned up, paid my money, checked in, went up to my room, and it was like a fucking prison cell. Like no word of a lie.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. At least in a prison cell, it was probably easier to get to the yard.
Mm.
But yeah, freaking, I went in there. There was no window at all in the room. There was this like weird fucking hole in the roof that like led out to one of those weird whirly fan
Whirly
things.
whirly.
I don't freaking know what it's called, but everybody should know like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and covered by a bit of like garden lattice stuff. So it was weird. I just had this like hole in the roof that led to outside basically, and that was my only ventilation for the room.
Sounds mad.
I was supposed to have a mad double bed, which it showed in the pictures, and I ended up getting this like shitty fucking bunk bed thing. Anyway, I could pretty much fill the podcast just bitching about Elizabeth
So
Hostel.
so so ungrateful.
So ungrateful.
Yeah.
I probably could have fucked up and got put in a cell for the night and been comfier. But anyway,
That's hilarious.
in closing, it was a freaking awesome event. It was good to meet Nerve and meet Joy, meet Chevy Levet, meet Bonnie from Hoods TV, meet the guys from Merked Out Media.
What I was gonna ask you, what was the vibe like? Because you know how every time we've said that there's always been a different vibe to each event that we've gone to.
It was fucking lit, man. Like, that's what I was talking about before. Like, the way that they had Jai Simpson open was a fucking awesome idea. Like, him and Chevy jumped up on the stage, and just right from the get-go, it lit up the whole room. Everyone was dancing around and fucking jumping up and down, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good. It set the vibe for the whole night. Like, I even had a friend that like turned up after the live performances were finished and still managed to have a freaking awesome night.
Who?
It was my friend Bonnie that I mentioned earlier from Hoods TV,
Oh, got ya.
because she originally had other plans, but anyway,
So what time did it finish?
the live performances probably finished at midnight, but the club the venue stayed open until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I left at about 3.
Got ya. I was
But, yeah.
wondering.
The venue was really cool too, man. It's got like 3 different levels to it as well, with like different styles of rap and hip hop.
Yeah,
And
so they do the same thing here as well. They have 3 different levels as well.
oh yeah, cool. But yeah, so that was at Lardy Dar in Melbourne, and yeah, pretty much refer to the footage that I'm going to upload later on tonight for any other details. I'll let SB take over and tell everyone about Underworld.
Underworld. If y'all wanted to know what is Underworld, Underworld is practically the same as Awful Things and like people and persons and stuff like that. It's an art. It was fuck. How do you say this? It was organized by 2 artists, one from Brisbane and one from Sydney. Do you want to know who they are?
Yes.
Ronan and fuck, what's his name? Steely.
I didn't know that Ronan was involved in that as well. That's pretty
Neither
cool.
did I until I met both of them, and like he was telling me, he's like, oh, we both did it together. I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking dope. Like when you think about it, the way the show started with, I don't know how the fuck to pronounce this chick's name, Angelus of hold on, I can't even see the name on my fucking photo. I forgot that they had their own thing. Like they made their own Insta page now. So I'm trying to find it. Underworld. There it is. Underworld Oz. Of course they don't have their poster on Underworld Oz. Why would they? For fuck's sake. Steely, here we go. Steely has it. I'm 100% sure. Angelus of Tenebris. Which, she's like, it's interesting. Because she was a... Oh, wait. Sorry, I have to say this. Happy birthday, Josh!
Happy birthday, Josh!
Aye. Anyway, back to what we were saying. Yeah, she's a local artist from Brisbane. And she was pretty fucking dope, eh? Because she does like this singing, rapping thing, but she's like a really good singer. Like very talented. She's like, I feel like she's got good, what's the word? Good pipes, if you get what I mean by that.
Good pipes.
For fuck's sake. You get what I mean by that, yeah?
That's nice and Australian for you. She's got good pipes.
Do you get what I mean by that, though? Like her vocal range?
I'm just staring at.
Yeah. Like, it's like her vocal range. Her vocal range can go really far. Like, it's weird because I haven't really heard a female MC that can sing this well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just different. It was just different and unique. And then out of nowhere, she started to, like, do... She doesn't rap, but she does, like, a little, like, type of rapping type of stuff. Like, you know how Drake, how he does that talking, like, with rapping?
You've got me intrigued. You'll have to post some links up when you
She does stuff like that. After that was meant to be Steely, but I don't remember who performed. Someone performed before Steely. And I don't remember who it was. Actually, yeah, I do. No, it was Steely. Sorry. Steely performed, and he fucking killed it. But I'll say this because I said I was going to say this on the live when I spoke to Steely. My biggest problem with Steely was there was a lot of problems with the mics. Like people in persons.
Yeah, see, well, like the problems that we've even had on the podcast today, man, like, it sucks, but unfortunately sometimes it's unavoidable.
Yeah, but, like, he didn't keep on going at points.
Yeah. Because has he performed live much, do you know?
No.
Yeah, see, that'd probably be right.
And he asked me, he goes, what do you think? I go, the next time, stop looking at the DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, just
it'd be off-putting to the DJ as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and that was Ronan. Bro, you should see... when I get onto Ronan's set, you're gonna lose your mind about this thing. Yeah, but Steely killed it. Like, I reckon for his first performance, like, he got used to it, and he started to understand how to hype up a crowd. That's the problem. If you don't have mates and shit that want to hype up the crowd, it's gonna be dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I felt like that's what I said to Steely. I'm like, Steely, you need to get a hype man. You need to get someone that can hype your music up when you're performing.
I feel like there's a lot of rappers need that at the moment. Or even I was speaking to someone in the crowd last night who was saying that we need to get old school MCs again, like somebody that actually runs the show for the whole show and hypes each of the artists up.
Yeah, who said that?
Just this guy that I met. His name's Ange.
Oh, okay.
I just got talking to him in the line, and he was a real cool dude. He's been around the scene for a while. Just a big fan.
Mate, I'm shocked you didn't put a photo going, I'm here, I'm in Melbourne, come find me.
Again, I originally thought that I was running late for the gig because
you know
I was
what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. That originally went over my head, but I did look out for him in the crowd, but I didn't see any fucking reject-looking motherfuckers, so I don't think he was there.
Alright, after Steely was Southwest Sad Boys and Young Nasty, which actually this was pretty cool. Southwest Sad Boys content of oh fuck, what's their names? Unlucky Dead and Vish is Dead, which I honestly think he's one of the most unique artists live. Vish is Dead. He's
Right.
like he's a sad boy, but the way that he sings, like it shows a difference. Like he sings well live. Do you get what I mean by that? Like
Yeah.
you know those artists that you think, oh, they sing on their stuff and they have a lot of auto tune. It's like, oh, this is gonna sound bad, but then when you see them live, they can sing without the auto tune.
Yeah. Well, I reckon that'd be a lot of listening to yourself back. Like, it's all well and good to put out like the auto tune tracks and stuff, but
And like I was
yeah, I
telling him
suppose
about
you'd have to
this.
train your voice kind of like King from Free Souls.
Yeah, because I was telling him, I'm like, there's this artist that I listen to. I reckon you should do what she does. There's this girl that I listen to from a group called S1E2 in the US. And what she does is she only puts the auto tune on the end of her notes.
Right.
So then it stretches out. Do you get what I mean by that? It's fucking interesting. It's mad though, because it suits the sound. You get what I mean? But yeah, the
See, I don't know a
Southwest.
lot about like to be honest, I don't know a lot about auto tune and stuff like that, but it's stuff that I'd be interested in learning about.
It's like the Southwest Sad Boys are mad though. Like I reckon they're dope. I reckon they have, like I said, they have their own sound. They're doing something different, which is cool. Young Nasty is pretty dope as well. I actually reckon he he's got a different sound as well. And like I reckon artists that have their own sound will make it very far. But as well, he can rap if he wants to. Young Nasty was the best hype man of the night. Like he was getting everyone excited. So I give
Yeah.
him props for that. After them was Ronan. All right, I'm
I
gonna
would
tell.
actually love to see Ronan live,
I'm gonna
man.
tell you this, Striker. Would you believe me if I told you Ronan was DJing and performing at the same time?
I have seen that done before, but not very often. Like
He,
that's pretty
but
fucking cool.
you don't understand. He would perform on the stage, run behind the thing, press the song, and then run back.
That's one way of doing it. Like that would have been interesting to see.
Because no one was helping him.
Yeah.
He literally DJ'd his own set while performing. It was fucking hilarious. Myself, I almost said Grilly for a second. Myself, Steely, and fucking Ronan were cracking up after the show. And this is where I found out of an artist called Numsayan, who, I kid you not, man, this kid's interesting, dude. He can spit. He has a track with Ronan that, holy shit, I have to send it to you. Because the guy can spit. And no one sounds like him in the industry as well. I reckon I even asked him if he wants to be on the series.
Yeah. Well, yeah, make sure you send it through when we're finished here, man.
He's that good. Okay, there was another artist that I forgot because he's not on the lineup, but he got picked. Oh, you fuck. I'm you know how terrible I am at pronouncing names.
Oh, so this time you know the name, you just can't say it.
Yeah, we know him. You've met him as well. I met him at the last awful things I went to.
Maybe spell it out.
I'm trying to find him, and that's the biggest problem. Trying to find. Oh wait, I'll look on my fucking post because I tagged him because I fucking recorded his set. This was the one. This one was my favorite performance.
You realise by the time you finally get enough hours up on YouTube to start getting paid, that they're going to demonetize us for how much we swear, right?
Oh well.
It'll defeat the purpose of everything.
Shh, no one needs to know. Oh wait. Oh no. I am talking.
YouTube sees everything.
Where the hell is this? I'm getting upset. This is not good. Stories. Where's stories? I know I mentioned him in my stories recently. Um, sorry for being so bad at this. It's bad when like the people that host the event don't even put up their own lineup.
You probably did have it up, but it's probably like been on a story or something that
His
expired.
name's not there. It's like Young Cyrus or something like that.
Right.
And cuz in my opinion, he's the person that impressed me the most. You know how most people perform and they have like the lyrics and shit in the background playing?
Yeah, yeah.
This guy didn't. He literally performed
Proper
with
live.
he only performed with an instrumental.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
That's
Both
awesome, man.
he performed 2 tracks without an instrumental. With only just an instrumental.
Yeah.
And it was his first time performing live.
I used to think back in the day, man, that was like how everyone did it. Like, to be honest.
Yeah. For me that's impressive.
Yeah, well, again, like, I reckon that's the way that it should be done.
Yeah.
I have noticed before that like a lot of artists will have their track like in the background.
His name's Young
Yeah,
Osiris. Sorry.
young Osiris. I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard that name before,
You
man.
know him. I know you know him. He's been on my lives a few times and stuff. And then
Yeah,
after him was Akira, which
that
if
would have been
y'all,
sick.
huh?
That would have been sick. I
Akira's
really
one.
like Akira's music.
Akira's one of my favorite artists to see live, without a doubt. Uh and he performed with one of my favorite artists, Lovesick.
Yeah,
Lovesick and him have a track together, which, in my honest opinion, is one of my favorite things. Like, it's one of my favorite tracks of Akira's. So I just love seeing homies perform live.
yeah.
Akira, like, always had the crowd rocking from day dot. Like, from when he performed. There was
See, I don't
this.
think I've seen Akira live yet.
No, you haven't, and I feel so sorry for you.
I feel
Cause,
sorry for me.
cause
We're gonna have to
Akira,
work on that. One of our
Akira,
next gigs.
Akira is by far one of the best people to see live. And as well, he's got a homie that's like a hype man. His name is Dasai, which he's a sick cunt as well.
Versailles.
Yeah, he's the one that does the screamo stuff
Oh yeah.
on
I'm
his
personally
tracks.
not a fan of Screamo, but
But it sounds dope on Akira's tracks because of the
yeah.
beats and the production. Akira killed it like always. For the first time ever, you could see me recording a video and singing one of Akira's tracks, rapping to Look at Me, which was one of my favorite things. I love seeing Akira live. When I saw Akira, I was like, okay, I have to go to this just because of Akira. And then I saw Biggie Dap as well, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to this because I like these two boys. Like, I like the way they
Yeah.
perform. I've never seen Biggie Dap live, but I like it. Like, I like his music.
That
Until
was a whole lineup of people, man, that I haven't seen live yet.
yeah, so and then that happened. Biggie Dap performed. In my honest opinion, his energy is insane. He has one of the most entertaining energies in the Oz scene because
Yeah.
he sings and raps. He's another one. He sings and raps. And it was so
Yeah.
cool because, I don't know, he's so, not goofy, but you know, like those type of people that like,
It's just got a good sense of humor.
like, yeah. And like, he would get the crowd so hyped. And it was so cool because at the end of his performance, just when he was about to finish his song, he went down to his knees and just fell down. And it was like he was exhausted. Like, he performed the most songs out of everyone.
It's
And it
got
was,
all on his dramatic flair and that.
no, but what was mad was he started with like a mad jacket and then he took that off. But like, he interacted with the crowd while performing.
Oh yeah. Sounds good.
And like, within the whole night, he was moshing and doing everything as well. Like, that's what
Yeah,
I
well,
like. I like artists that support everything.
yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, man. I reckon that's the best, man. Like, really shows who they are as a person as well as an artist. The ones that
And,
hang around and support everyone else as
and,
well.
and as well, be honest, there was some people at the venue that honestly really pissed me off. And it wasn't like any of the performers or anything. It was just people that came into the venue. Cause like there would be times where you could hear them over the artist because it was a group of them, and there was like 10 people.
Just people carrying on.
Yeah, and like it was so loud that you could hear them over the artist.
Yeah.
Like you remember the back of the like where the pub was?
Yeah.
That they were there and you could hear them.
Oh, so they weren't even part of the gig.
No,
Like
no, no,
they weren't
no,
even there
not
to see
under,
the gig.
not downstairs. The one on the fuck, how do you say it? It was, you remember how there was the bathroom and then the thing to go downstairs?
Yeah.
They were there. Like
Oh,
where
yeah.
the entrance was to get into there.
Yeah.
What's good, whoever you are. But yeah, you got what I mean? Like it's annoying. Like
Rude.
I don't like going to gigs and like that happens because it's like you paid money to go see your homie perform live and yet you're not even paying attention to it.
Yeah. Nah, there's always, yeah. It's always shit when there's people in the crowd that ruin it for everyone else.
Not ruined it, but it's like it was like a little disappointing. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, like really? Can you just like piss off for like
Was,
10 minutes?
was there Sekis there?
Yeah, but I assume they would have paid tickets.
Yeah. I don't know. Normally the Sekis are pretty onto it at all the gigs that I've been to. There's people causing too much of a ruckus, so I normally get removed.
But yeah, it was a good night. Like I kid you not, I love going to these gigs because of like we were talking about the energy. Like for
Yeah.
me, the energy is the best thing about going to these gigs, and just meeting new people. Meeting new people and getting along with artists. Like
Yeah, it's like we were talking about the other day, like, and a lot of people have probably figured out by now, like, I'm awkward as fuck, but I actually do enjoy meeting new people. I just am not very good at it.
yeah, like I walked into the gig, and I got there like 30 minutes early, and
Yeah,
and this lady that like was getting like obviously the tickets and shit like that.
yeah.
She's like, she went up to Steely and goes, "Oh, is he allowed in?" And Steely's like, "Of course, this is SB. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't know Kraayziie Entertainment? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?" And I just started laughing, and she goes, "Oh, but doesn't he have to pay?" He goes, "No." He goes, he promoted it more than I did. And I was just like laughing. I'm just
I
like,
love that because that's a lot of things that with Steely. Like, he's a good artist, not so great on his promotion.
but but yeah, it was just funny to hear that. And I'm like, yo, I'm getting in for free. Like I'm like, you know me, bro. I get shocked when I still get let in for free.
Half the time you buy the ticket online before the freaking gig anyway.
I love buying tickets because it's just something for me to know that and as well for the artist to know, bro, I spent money to see you.
Yeah, I've started collecting my my hard copy tickets, man. Put them
Like
all away
that's
and
what I
stuff.
want artists to know that I spent money to see you. Like I want to see you perform. No,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a media person. Can I get in for free? Fuck
Like,
that.
you never
No.
ask. You never ever ask. That's the number one rule in trying to do anything in media.
Hell no. Like I
I
don't
remember
like
that,
that shit.
I'm not gonna mention names, but there was a company a little while back that got caught out doing it, man. It's just gronky. You just don't do shit like
But
that.
especially for gigs that cost like $10 and $15.
Yeah. Or just at all. Like the whole idea, like, yeah.
Like
Look,
that pisses me off. But yeah,
we're not
honestly,
making money at the moment and we can still afford to pay the 15, $20 that it costs to go to a gig to film it and make connections
but
and
honestly,
do
it was a
stuff for all
dope.
the
I kid
fans.
you
Like,
not. It was a dope gig. Do you know why I got surprised by Biggie Dap?
But
Because he can spit. Like,
yeah,
spit. The oh, that's what it was. What's his name? Young Nasty, when he was performing, the beat on one of his tracks, the beat kept on cutting off. So do you know what he
yeah.
did? It happened 4 times. The 5th time, he just spit the whole song without without the beat.
It went a cappella.
Yeah, it was so dope. It was mad. Like, that's dope. That shows like an artist that like he knows his lyrics. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
Again, that's the idea. That's what everyone should be doing. But it's good when somebody gets caught out and they can still hold their own. Like when there's a technical
well,
difficulty, when,
Striker,
as you were saying before, people have to be.
Sorry, keep going.
No, just like as you were saying before, when people have to DJ for themselves, like it really shows the strength in an artist when they can still make it work.
Imagine getting hype. You're about to perform one of your favorite songs, and then the beat cuts out 4 times.
Yeah, no, that'd piss me right off.
And he just went, fuck it, I'm gonna perform it a cappella.
I don't even think that it happened to DB 4 times, and he threw the USB at the Bondi gig and stormed
Yeah, but that was
out.
because the USB wouldn't work. And then the guys go, oh, well, we can't go online on SoundCloud because that's illegal. So
Illegal schmeagle.
he's like, illegal? How? It's my music. I am giving you the rights to go onto my music.
They just didn't want a bar of it.
It's just stupid. But yeah, like honestly, I'll be honest, it was a good gig. I love gigs like this. I love gigs that I don't expect anything, but I end up having a good night. And obviously, once again, I didn't go with Striker, Eddie, or Drop Bear. So I had to record everything on my own. I had to do everything, and it was honestly just a good night. Like, I had a good night, which is all that matters. Just meeting new people, talking to people, getting along with artists is the best thing about our jobs.
I'm a bit the same, but like, I had a mad night last night, but at the same time, I hate going by myself to any gig.
Oh yeah, I had like a mad anxiety attack before that gig.
Same.
I remember I was calling yous and everything.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, like,
Oh, actually, and I want to say
poor choice of words, but safety in numbers. Like, it's just.
I want to
it's
say
good to go
shout out to Kraayziie Beats from New Jersey because he jumped on my live because he heard I was having problems.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And,
It's
like,
always good to have homies that like pay attention and care.
And like he just wanted to check up on me and see how everything was. He introduced me to one of my favorite artists from New Jersey, and that was pretty cool. Like, and it's mad because this group, it's the same group that I was telling you about earlier. They said to me, they say to me, whenever they come to Australia, I'm the first person in line.
Yeah, man.
And like they actually want to hang out with me and shit because they know me and they respect me because I am an Australian and I was the first person to ever react to them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy and they're Americans. And half of them are signed to big labels right now.
That's what we were saying before, man. Like, that's the best payment at the end of the day. Like, as far as, it's just making connections, getting to know people.
Like, especially people that I wouldn't think I would ever get a shout out from, or people that I wouldn't even think would care about me. And yet you get messages from them like once in a few months going, hey, I see you working, boy. Keep on doing that shit. You get what I mean? Like, that's
getting mad love from America.
Like, that's mad. Like, I have a lot of homies out there, and to know that they're still watching my shit. Even though I am not reacting to them, they're still watching my shit. Means a lot to me. It's like, okay, like, I have to give back to them sooner than later. Because, I just love it.
And that's it, man. Like, we have awesome plans to keep expanding and stuff as we have been, but it's all about doing things in due time, I reckon. Like, doing
Every
things the right way instead of rushing shit.
everyone's just doing their own thing. That's why a
Yeah,
lot of people don't catch up with each other.
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, like it was good. That's the only thing I can say. Like I love, like I said, I just love going to events where it's like I don't know you, but you're a sick cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, and like before, like that's why I prefer it when we all go out fucking together, man. Like we're all wearing like the crazy ant shirts and hoodies and whatever, and fucking rocking to a gig all together, man. It's awesome. Makes a
Yes.
bit of a scene and makes us stand out a bit more and get noticed as a company and
The
like
Wolf Pack. Oh,
noticed as part of as part of the scene and that.
Wolf Pack.
It's good. As I was saying to you earlier, man, like on our phone call, like it was interesting to see last night, even though I was by myself, how many people still approached me and like the ones that I didn't notice, like still contacted you or you contacted them so like they could link up with me. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people message me, hey. They're like, oh, I think Dry messaged me going, oh, is Striker there yet? I'm like, I think so. I'm
I
like,
stumped everyone because everyone was looking for me in the Crazy Ant merch, but I had my jumper on.
yeah. Because that's what, what's his name? Nagel said to me. Nagel's like, where is he? I'm like, I wouldn't have a clue, cuz. I'm like, I'm not there. I'm like,
It's funny. I was even like, I'd already been there for like half an hour or so, and Merked out sent me a message, and he's just like, "Where are you?" And fucking, I sent him a message straight back. I'm like, "I'm behind you." So he turned around and scared the shit out of him.
that's dope.
But yeah, because I'm so awkward, I found as well last night that like I introduced myself the first time to everyone, and they're like, "Hey, hey, hey," like they do to everyone. But then like
They'll come back
I
in.
read, or like they'd come back and speak to me later on in the end of the night, like when they clicked on to who I was.
Yeah. That happens to me all the bloody time. Like, I
Yeah,
remember when me and Pax met at People in Persons. Pax like, oh, what's up, man? I'm Pax. I'm like, okay. And kept on walking, right?
yeah,
And and then after, he's like, oh, sorry, because that was rude. He goes, let me introduce myself. He goes, I'm Pax. I'm the guy that produces Motherland's music and la la la. I'm like, oh, hectic. What's up, man? And I actually started talking to him.
yeah. It's good when they make the effort to come back as well,
For
and
me,
like,
it's different. It's all the way you introduce yourself.
yeah,
Like for me, like Lovesick and like people like that, or Biggie Dap. Biggie Dap like ran at me and hugged me like a bear. He like picked me up. I was like, oh, I was like, shit. Because if you look at Biggie Dap, he's a big bloke. Like not big, but like he's tall. He's like you.
yeah.
He's tall and
That-
he's got like lately he's been working out.
It's just a solid unit.
Yeah, so like when he hugs you, you're just like oh shit. But it's cool, like that's the stuff that amazes me when people come up to me. Like I thought, oh, it'll be a handshake, and they'll be like, nah, can't come here. I want to hug you because I respect you so much.
Again, that was what was awesome about the last gig that we went to with Free Souls.
Oh yeah, don't get me
It was so
started.
interesting. Like for majority of one of his tracks, he like pulled you in and hugged you. I reckon probably 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, it was like that's the best. That's the best times when artists notice you and respect you and go like because for us it's like you don't know how much we appreciate you and they go cut you don't know how much we appreciate you.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorites. Is when you're just like, yeah, you don't understand how much I love your music, and they're like, oh, you don't understand how much I appreciate what you do. Like, it's
Yeah,
fucking,
like I can't
it's an
even imagine
awesome
if I
feeling.
meet Nagel again. I reckon it'll be completely different.
Yeah, I don't know. After freaking hanging out last night, he's a mad cunt. He's the kind of person that I definitely want to go and hang out with again.
Yeah, shout out to Nagel. Bleh!
Way.
Shout out to Nagel. Shout out to all the AF313 boys. You got Tom. You got Tom Magical. You got Lone Boy. You got Webby. You got Hot Emo Boy. You got Sensei. And you got what's his name? Reese. Shout out to those boys. And shout out to oh fuck, what was the manager's name again? Till, right? Till Mane? Till Yeah, Tillman. That's his name. Shout out to everyone from Melbourne. You're showing us, like, especially for me, I'm getting a lot of love from Melbourne recently.
Yeah, it's funny, Alex, with you being from Sydney, like most of my support comes from Sydney, and then probably second is Melbourne,
Yeah.
and yours is probably the other way around, yeah?
No, mine's still Sydney.
Oh
But
no,
like,
you've still got
but I'm
Sydney still got the first
but I'm
spot.
getting a shitload of people from Melbourne recently because I'm reacting to Melbourne artists. I'm actually trying to look and discover for Melbourne artists
Yeah,
because I like the culture that Melbourne has right now. Like the fact that AF313 have started their own like culture and stuff, and then you got the grime culture as well with like Fracture and all those boys. You know what I mean?
yeah. I got educated a bit. Speaking of Melbourne and Sydney and the differences and stuff, like I got educated a bit today. Shout out to Matthew. Um, but I didn't realize that you guys have still got pretty severe lockout laws over there.
Yeah. We do.
So it'd make putting on gigs and stuff real restricting. Like as I was saying, like fucking, I was at La Di Da till 3 o'clock this morning, and I'm pretty sure they still didn't shut till 4.
Do you know what I don't understand though? Because I go to Awful Things and that's open till 4.
Right.
And then
I don't know.
I went
And
to
that they might have to pay more or something, or I don't know.
I went to Greeley. Jesus, I said it again. I went to Steely's event and I got to the hotel at 5,
Yeah.
which means I left the hotel at like 4 something.
Yeah, I don't know then. Maybe I didn't get educated quite correctly.
I'm not sure. I don't. I know that there is lockout rules. I know that, but I don't know. It's different. I don't know. Like it's weird.
After I jump off this, I might look it up, man. Like,
I've never really cared about it, to be honest, because I don't drink.
oh, just it just made me think a bit about like it would definitely be detrimental to putting on a gig in like the Sydney area if the lockout laws are that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm probably not going to comment on any more until after the podcast, and I'll go and look up what the go is.
Yeah, I get you.
But
Is
yeah,
there anything else? Oh, we should talk about future events.
Yes.
You should have this.
We got bigger on the 30th.
I'm not sure when, but we have not Awful Things. Yeah, shit. Sorry, we do have Awful Things.
You've got Awful Things.
I have Awful Things next week on the 10th.
Yeah.
I know there's another people in persons, but they haven't really. I'm not sure if they've confirmed the date.
Are you going one outs to Awful Things, or are you taking drop there?
I'm going with the Op Bear.
With the Op Bear.
Apparently, I'll believe it when I see it.
All right. Well.
And then not only that, what else is there? I'm pretty sure there's more events coming up. Oh, on the 10th as well, you got Ill-Equip with Talakai.
Oh, yep.
Hold on. Ill-Equip have 2 events coming up. I know that for sure. Because you got 2 up as well, which is on the 9th, the day before.
Right.
The 9th of... We're in August, yeah? Yeah. The 9th of August, you got 2 up with And Beyond, Smack, Biggs, Fraxy, Muller Maid, Peter James, Mike Pompey, Crystal, and MC Boom Ali.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Tallboy is on this lineup. And then the next night you got Talakai and Beyond.
Hold on, I'm going to have to stop you there for a sec. Because the 9th is going to be busy as across Australia. Because also on the 9th of August, I don't think any of us are going, but there's the G-Up in Queensland.
Mm-hmm.
The corner of Olsen and Wintergreen Drive, Parkwood, Queensland. And that's got Jai Simpson, Keems, Devious, Encore, Young Swifty, Monk, AIDS, Zephyr, Macca, JLP, Kraayziie, Lavish Living Scum, Coates, and more.
And Judd, right?
And who, sorry?
Judd.
Yep, I'm pretty sure, Judd's on the lineup for them as well.
Shout out to Judd. He's a sick cunt.
But yeah, so that's on Friday the 9th of August as well. And we've also got another gig in Melbourne.
On the 8th?
No, on the 9th as well. The SCM birthday bash. Free entry gig. We've got Riff Riders, G Love, the Southern Cross Mafia, Tev, Scooby, Branches, and more. And that's at 48 Hoddle Street, Abbotsford in Victoria.
And then as well on the 8th in Melbourne, there's It's a Rap Volume 7 at the Laundry Bar.
And who do you know who's on the lineup for that?
Nagel 313, AAU feat Sensei something, but it's not the same guy. And then you got Sensei C's, which is the same guy from AF313. And then you got Reels and Arch the Rival. You liked it.
Yep.
And yeah, that's at $9.30, $10 entry.
Right.
And then on the next day, you got Awful Things, which is what I'm going to.
Yep.
And as well, you got a Ill-Equip event hosted. You got an Ill-Equip event where Talakai will be the headliner.
Yep. And Hilltop Hoods are in Melbourne as well.
And then you got this guy, And Beyond from WA. You got Crispy and the Graveyard Boys. And that's at the Sly...
So that's all at the Talakai show, is it?
Yeah, that's at the Sly Fox at Enmore.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
$15 pre-sale, 20 at the door.
Yep. And then, yeah, as I was saying before, on the same date again, on the 10th, you've got Hilltop Hoods in Melbourne, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out.
And that's with Shadow, right?
Yeah, and that's, got Shadow supporting as well.
Isn't Kobe D going to that? Or is that in Sydney that he's helping Hilltop Hoods?
I'm pretty sure it's in Sydney. I'm not 100% sure on the other location.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah? I'm pretty sure he's got that coming up as well. But yeah, there's a lot to go to, as you can see. Like, there's a lot to go to in Melbourne and Sydney that week. And as well, you got something in Gold Coast.
As I say, that massive gig in the Gold Coast. Like, yeah. If money grew on trees, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
So would I. And we've already spoken about this with all those boys.
I know. But, yeah, mad love to all of them. They're still going to slay. I wish I could be there.
And as well, I don't know which Ill-Equip event it is. I'm pretty sure Tall Boy's performing in one of them.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Like, he's become a big thing for them out of the blue.
Yeah, from what I can see, he works a bit with Lee Munro as well.
Yeah, he's been working with Nookie, Lee, Marty, and Kobe D.
Alright, awesome.
So he's been working with a lot of the... He's in my eyes, he's finally doing his own thing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Like what I said about DB. Like, when you do your own thing, it feels earned. Like, you earn that respect.
DB's just been coming out with fire, in my opinion.
Like, for me, it's like, I feel like it's don't be a dickhead. Like, don't try to impress people in this scene. Because the people that try to do that are the ones that fail in this scene.
Yeah, you just got to be yourself. As they all go on about flat out, man. Like, it's just about being real.
Doesn't Mitchos have an event in Adelaide soon?
He does.
So, do you know why I remember that? Because Queens and Shook were advertising, like, I've been promoting the hell out of it. But I'm not sure.
And of course, that's one of the ones that I don't have the information on hand for at the moment. But I'll be posting it all over my page.
But yeah, like, if you want to know where any gigs are, myself and Striker will be working on a gig list. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I've been working on it for the last month or so. I was planning on dropping it this month, but I've had a bit of a delay So I'll just be posting them each individually beforehand.
But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to talk about or anything else you wanted to say?
No, man, I'm pretty sure as usual I'm about to have to wrap up and go do fatherly duties.
Ooh. All right, I got a question for you. Pleasure asked this. What vibe freestyle feeling tonight? Trappy hard or soft old school?
Trappy hard.
It's 100%. I think he just dropped it, so I'm the first vote.
All right, mad love everyone. Big Striker Promotions, Kraayziie Entertainment, SV Rep to Craze.
Yeah. Gang gang. The
All right,
wolves. The
lads.
wolves. Oh. Alright, if you like this, give this a thumbs up. Not only that, comment if you want to see more, subscribe, and remember, keep living a crazy life and stay blessed.